supposed to be my question. Well, it's crazy because I've been interviewing all my favorite people from home. I wanted to meet all of you, but Zoom it is. So, how have you been, sir?
I've been pretty good. I've been actually working through the lockdown because I'd moved the editors into my house. Uh, because we finished the show on the 12th of March. The lockdown happened on the 26th, so we wanted to get it out as soon as possible.
Right, right.
But that's all I've been doing.
So I would want to say what a beautiful journey you've had, starting from assisting in Lagan till today when it comes to Crackdown. So tell me, how has your entire Bollywood journey been like?
My entire journey.
Yeah, how has it been like if you have to sum it up in like probably 3-4 sentences?
I think I've been very fortunate to have worked with the people I have, especially with having no connections in the industry
Yeah.
and coming as a total outsider. I've been very fortunate with the experiences I've had, the support the industry's given me, and the people I've worked with. So I think I'm lucky and one of the fortunate few.
Right, right. Also, obviously, we are here and talking about Crackdown. So, how did you come to Crackdown after lockdown?
Crackdown was a concept which we discussed with Wood. They wanted to make a slightly different show, a bigger show, and they're an upcoming platform which comes out with really interesting Indian content.
Yeah.
And so we sat down on the table, and I said the only thing I can do is I can make a show, but I know film, so my show is going to look like a movie. It's not going to necessarily look like an OTT show. And I'm a commercial director, so those commercial aspects are going to come into it. And I'm going to try and get film people to work in the OTT show, people I'm comfortable with. So once they were on the same page with me as far as that was concerned, we had a pretty smooth ride, from beginning to the end.
Like they say, it's your digital debut. So, everything is now on OTT. So many films and so many series are coming back and forth. So, yeah, we're all waiting for Crackdown. What are you expecting from the audiences? Because people have loved the films you've made. I think the last theatrical release was Hasina Parkar, if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
Right? And it's been 2-3 years now. So, we've been waiting and now you've come with Crackdown. What are you expecting from this, sir?
Yeah, so I think my average is correct. I work once in 3 years. Crackdown was interesting. What I expect, what the audience should expect from it is a fun ride, good locations, good looking people, moves really fast, and the performances are fantastic. The actors are really good. They're young, they're upcoming, they're really good at their job. I think that's pretty much what they should expect. I mean, we've not made anything that is going to change the world. It's the same formula. It's commercial and it's fun. It's a good ride.
I just spoke to Shreya some time back and she's like, we've been to some lovely, breathtaking, chilly locations like Kasoli and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, someone's getting jealous now. So this is on the work front, but just to know you a little bit more and just to see how your thought process works, like I'm going to ask you some fun questions and it's called What If, okay? So I'm going to ask you, what if you wake up one fine day and you realize that you've woken up as an opposite gender? How would you react and what would you do?
I would have to think twice whether I should stand up and go to the bathroom or sit down.
Good one, good one. Also, if you walk down the lane and you find a bag full of $500 million, what would you do with it?
That would be a really heavy bag with $500 million. But I would look around and if it didn't belong to someone, I would try and lift it.
If you could go back in the past, okay, and direct a particular film, which one would that be?
Godfather.
Wow. Also, if there was one thing in the world that you could change, if you had the power to, perhaps, what would that be?
The rubbish that's going on against the industry right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Also, when we talk of rubbish going on, I'm not going to go there, but obviously it gets annoying even for regular people when you Instagram and Facebook and all of this is where we want to kind of relax and see what fun is going on in the world. But now it's all negative everywhere. How do you kind of keep yourself sane when it comes to this negativity?
I'm lucky I'm not on social media.
Good choice. Smart. I mean, I think I should do the same. Delete all the accounts and stay away from this.
I never started them.
Also, sir, this question that I want to ask you is what I usually ask actors, but also I think I should ask you also because, of course, this is the same fraternity, same work. Sir, if we as regular people are upset in life or are going through a hard time, it's difficult to snap out. It takes time. But when it comes to filmmaking, you guys have to leave everything behind and be there in the moment. How does that happen? What kind of mental practices does it take to just leave everything and focus?
You know what? Uh, though you can say that the filmmaking process is creative, I think it's still an industry. You are responsible to somebody else's money. It has become more and more financial than creation now. So I think as professionals, you do everything professionally. I mean, if you were working in a bank or if you had to take an Farooq Khan, then you were upset or you had a fight with your husband, it doesn't mean that you're going to cancel the interview. You're still going to do it, because you are professional, and that is what we are. We are also professionals, but we are just professionals in a field that is out there, and people get to judge us and look at us more, especially the actors, because of the personalities they are. And not to forget that the same people who are abusing them have made them into those personalities.
So, being a part of the film industry, sir, I know that everybody who's out here completely breathes cinema. But if to ask you about you, what is it that you like doing apart from filmmaking?
So, like I said, I'd like to make one movie in 3 years. Besides that, I travel around the world and skydive. Now I've done about 121 solo jumps from all over the world. I like cooking. I took a year off and got my chef's degree at the French Culinary Institute in New York. I like scuba diving, so I go wherever I can to scuba dive. And basically, I just leave the country for months and I don't come back, and I'm not in touch with anyone.
Oh, so you're an adventurous person. Interesting. So, talking about exploring India, have you done trekking and mountain climbing and all of that?
Yeah, I did it at a young age, but I can't sleep in a tent and take a dump in the jungle and all anymore. I need a 5-star hotel.
Oh, so you like adventure with luxury.
Now I worked hard for it. I can at least ask for a good hotel and a bathroom.
And not a tent.
Huh? I don't want to fucking take a dump and there's snakes running around, boss.
I know, right? So tell me, out of all the places you've been to, which one is the place that you would want to go back a million
In
times?
India or around the world?
Both. Tell me one in India and one outside.
So one outside would be Japan. I've been to Japan twice and I would like to go to Japan as many times as I can because it's the most different country on the planet. And in India, there are 2-3 places which have stayed in my mind. One is Khajuraho because I shot Kama Sutra there. I was the assistant director, Miran. And there were some really interesting memories of the temples and stuff like that. And the other place I really like is Udaipur.
Wow.
I would love to go back to Udaipur any chance I can get.
That was quite royal. I've been there too. Thank God you said Japan and not China. I mean, so when this pandemic came, okay, this is too late to ask this question because I got to speak to you today. But when this news out broke that we're going to be living in a pandemic and it's going to be so bad and we're going to be homes, how did you react to it? Were you chill, or did you get scared?
We finished shooting on the 12th of March.
Yeah.
And we had heard about a new kind of disease going around. And then we came to Bombay from Chandigarh from Nanded on the 12th of March. And then I think from the 26th, the lockdown happened. So the initial 10-15 days was awesome because you had nothing to do, and you knew the whole world had nothing to do. So you were not feeling guilty about अरे काम करना है या कुछ करना है. So I was chilling out, and I was tired from the shoot. But after that, it got a little boring and irritating. But I was not really scared that if I go out, I'll get the disease. I was careful, like everybody else. I didn't go out that much.
You did. Okay, apart from this, this question that I want to ask you is not coming from me because I entirely wanted to talk to you about, but since we are interviewing every day, we need quotes from people. So I'm going to be very simple and sensitive when I ask this, that, because there's so much of ruckus going on outside, what do you think when you just hear of this name called Sushant Singh Rajput? What is it that you have to say? Nothing that I want to ask, apparently.
Good actor.
That's all that we can say right now.
Yeah, you asked me for one thing.
No sentence, sir. ऐसे कैसे?
Very good actor.
And okay, so apart from this, now that we are going to be watching Crackdown on the 23rd. Apart from this, what is it that we can expect from you? Like you said, you do one project in 3 years. So how long are you going to make us wait now?
I think if normally how it works is that if the first part of a certain series works, then they do a second series, like 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. So I think on when is it? 23rd, right?
Yeah.
On 23rd or 24th, we come to know if the studio wants to make part 2. So if they want to make part 2, I'll do it. I mean, depending on the script and all that. Otherwise, I have nothing else in mind. You're chilling out.
Also, there are a lot of films that are on hold because they're waiting for the theaters to open up because they want, like people say na bade parde ka maza bade parde pe hai. So people are waiting. Have you also kept something on hold which you're hiding? No. Sure, pakka.
100%.
So hoping that Crackdown does really crack everyone around and they really want to watch more of it, so we get to interview you even more. Lastly, without taking a lot of your time, sir, what is it that you would want to say to the audiences who've been watching your content and loving it all this while?
I would like to tell them that they should give Crackdown a shot because they'll find it really interesting. It's a fast-moving, action-paced, whodunit drama, and it's got everything for everyone. Obviously, unfortunately, I don't have any sex, but it's got beautiful locations and stuff like that, which can be duplicated for better sex.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's a good show. Yeah, it's a feel-good show. It's clean. We don't have any of the bullshit which is not required and put in other shows. So it's a family kind of entertainment with a couple of abuses, which I think is normal. But overall, it's a action-packed, fun, gripping show, and I think people will enjoy it if they start watching it. And plus, it finishes in 4.5 hours.
Oh, okay. So it can be done in a day.
No, it can be done in 4.5 hours.
Yeah,
and you better see it in 4.5 hours.
Yeah. So I am going to obviously watch it, and also like you just said that it's something that families can watch, and it's got no sex. We really needed something like that because it's been a monotonous thingy that we've been watching stuff like that. So we are so happy. Thank you so much, sir, to join with me on Bollywood Bubble. Wishing you all the best for this one. I'm sure it's going to do wonders.
Thank you, and thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Okay. Bye, sir. Nice meeting you.
Bye.